Well, good afternoon YouTube, and today I'm going to show you this deck in front of me with my very special sleeves on. This deck is my Crystal Beast deck, and well, let me arrange the camera there. Yeah, well, this is one of my favourite decks of all time to play with. I know it's not the greatest of competitive decks, especially in current formats, but well, I enjoy to play it anyway, and it can sometimes, just shine through. This variant isn't really one of the competitive variants either. This variant is kind of, and you should take this into account before commenting. This deck is almost a Jesse / Johan Anderson character deck in some ways, because it's one or two of the cards I run, and in other ways it's an adapted deck that runs Crystal Beast. For those of you that know me well, this is how I usually run character decks. I run them as the character, but I like to adapt them quite a bit before using them, adding extra cards I think they should use, but they probably don't in the series, or I know they don't in the series. Anyway, on with the deck. First up, we have two Rainbow Dragon, as you can see there. I'll lift them up to the camera. Two Rainbow Dragon. Yeah, essential card to the deck. Without it, well, yeah, you're not Jesse Anderson without running a Rainbow Dragon. Next up, I have three Pegasus. This is an obvious run at three. I'm sure Jesse would do the same. One, it's one of the most closely drawn and nice to look at Crystal Beast, and two, it's just great for any Crystal Beast deck to run it at 3 because, well, yeah, spamming out the back row just helps you summon Rainbow Dragon a little bit faster. Next card, I've got 3 Topaz Tiger. This is a choice, and just because my favourite card in the deck basically is, favourite monster anyway, is Topaz Tiger, and well, I like a lot of the fan artwork of Jesse and Topaz as well, so yeah, that's an obvious. I run 3 of that just because he's one of my favourites. Oh, and being a plus 400 beater every turn, nice one. 3 Carbuncle, Jesse's favourite monster, and is obviously his spirit partner in the series, and the fact that being on the back row can easily summon more Pegasuses if they get sent to the back row, which can then give you their effects again, especially if you use it with Promise or Beacon, becomes a nice bonuser. Then I've got 2 of every other Crystal Beast, Amber Mammoth, Amethyst Cat, Cobalt Eagle, Tortoise. They've all got their own special effects, and I'm sure if you're interested you'll look them up yourself, and they all just make the deck run nicely. Last monster, this isn't a Jesse monster, but I swap it out quite a lot for some of his other monsters from the side deck. Or for an honest, if I'm tagging with my friend who goes as Judai. Dragon Queen of Tragic Endings, just because, well, yeah, it works well in crystals and it's a nice card. And I reckon he'd probably use something like that after his episode with Ubel. Here we go then, and we're on to the spell card now. I've got 3 Ancient City. That's an obvious, because, well, yeah, you all know its effect. When you put more in the back row, you can, spam more draws, defend all your fields. It's quite nice. Although, you shouldn't rely on it too much, because I've seen it get taken care of for the price. But next format with Heavy Storm instead of Giant Grenade, this card becomes a lot more solid actually, because Giant Grenade can no longer blow it back to hand. And if someone Giant Grenade, so you got 4 monsters on the field, 4 monsters to hand, you can do nothing with. With Heavy Storm, it goes to the graveyard. Rainbow Dragon becomes more accessible, and I think that's why Crystal Beast may make a little bit of a scene later this format. Next card, I've got 2 Crystal Tree. There we go. 2 Crystal Tree because, yeah, again, easy summoning. Johan, I don't know if he uses Crystal Tree or not because I missed some of it anyway, but yeah, Crystal Tree, obvious. It's nice shiny, it's got nice picture on it, and the effect is just great for getting more. If you Crystal Tree and then a Promise or Beacon into a Carbuncle, you can go for a really nice setup on that Rainbow, and even get it in 1 turn sometimes. 2 Crystal Release, equip card, only equip card in the deck. If I had a third, I'd probably run it as well, but it's nice as well because it puts them on the back row, it fuels tree. Yeah, that's another bonus there. 2 Abundance. I know Abundance OTK runs this probably more at 3, and I think I have a third, but again, it's not really an OTK deck, it's more of a Jesse deck, and I just think the 2 is nice to have. Several times against friends I've dueled, I've been in a really bad position, dropped Abundance and given myself game in the same turn. It's just a great card for doing that sort of thing. Oh, and also Anti-Stardust. They can't Stardust a Crystal Abundance because it doesn't destroy, therefore making it a great play even under like a heavy Stardust defensive field. You've still got a way to get rid of everything at once. Next card, I've got 1 rare value just because I've only got the 1. If I had more, obviously I'd probably run a second because it's a great drawing card. Also the fact that the opponent gets to choose the Crystal Beast. It's quite funny actually, quite a lot of times I'll duel and my opponent will choose to send, say, my Sapphire Pegasus or my Carbuncle. Well, usually they don't target Carbuncle because of how weak it is, and then they don't realise I've either drawn into Promise or already got it, and I go for full field spam. That's quite nice. Yeah, there you go, 2 Promise. Great with Ruby Carbuncle, great with Sapphire Pegasus, great if you've got no defense and you've got Tortoise on the back row and you're out of monsters, you can just put it in defense mode. Great with Topaz for getting a high beater out fast. It's a really great card in the deck, and I actually run a third in the side deck as well, just in case, because yeah, it's such a great card for that. 3 Beacon, again, great card in this deck, as long as you've got 2 on the back row, which isn't hard to do, especially when you've got cards like Tree and where is it? Release and stuff like that, and some of them being quite weak monsters on their own. Beacon just lets you put like special summon Pegasus, add another special summon. If you've got all 3 in hand, you could go Pegasus, 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 put 3 more on the back row. If you've already got Tree out, there's another draw, and then you get special summon off the back row, so you can go for Carbuncle or something, or whatever you decide to put on the back row with the Pegasus. Blessing. If you draw Blessing and Beacon in the same hand, and you've had like a bad couple of turns, and you've got loads in the graveyard, Crystal Blessing, pop 2 back, Beacon, get the 1 you need. Can often lead into Rainbow Dragon as well. Very nice for that reason. Here's the traps. This is the reason I call it more of a couch deck, because I have Rainbow Life. Quite good actually, because I've had it quite a few times when my opponent thinks like we'll drop an Honest or something, and I'll chain this and boost my life points by like 2,000 or 3,000, and well, when I'm under Crystal Release anyway, and it's just a nice bonus. Rainbow Gravity, obviously grabbing Rainbow Dragons. I could run Dark Rainbow Dragon here, but yeah, I prefer Jesse when he's a good guy. Last track, this is again isn't a character card strictly, but it's a card that would be great in Jesse's deck because of the low trap abuse, and I know a lot of people are going to go, oh, decree. No, actually I'm running Treacherous Trapple. Can stop sync. The main reason I run that instead of decree is because that can stop synchro summons. You don't have to worry about traps because you can wait for abundance to get rid of traps. But if they're going to go into something that's going to wreck your field like Brio, and you can see it coming, you can Treacherous before the synchro summon and pop both monsters, and yeah, they can't synchro summon, which is really nice. Or they're going for Trish and they've got 3 monsters on the field, you can cut it down to like the weakest one, and yeah, they end up with a weakened field, and it's just great for stalling. And wait, there's someone 1 big beat stick monster as well. You can put 1 of your Crystal Beasts in the spell chart card zone by destroying it. Crystal Tree obviously will get a counter from that. If you've got Release on that monster, you get another 1 to the back row, another counter. Very nice for that. Since I haven't got an extra deck in this deck, I'll quickly run you through the side deck. Just put it in some kind of order. Yeah, I've got 2 Last Resort in here. Just yeah, if they attack, you get your Ancient City. Saves me having to run Terraforming, and I can just run it in a trap place if I decide like, or Rainbow Gravity's not working this duel, or Rainbow Life's not doing what it's meant to. 1 extra Rainbow Grav, again I can take out Rainbow Life. or treacherous. Put another rainbow grabbing, great for grabbing rainbow dragon again. 2 crystal Raigeki if I find my opponent's playing lots of continuous spells and traps like anti-spell fragrance I need to get around. Crystal Raigeki lets me pop them, and yeah, because even though abundance is great, if they're anti-spell fragrance then you're screwed, so you can set a Raigeki and pop that off. Couple of crystal pair, they're not the best trap in the world, but yeah, you can put an extra one. You can put one in the graveyard to choose which one you want to go to the ST zone. You take no more battle damage, so it can help against some beatdown decks. Extra promise that I told you about, an extra blessing. I might switch out this extra blessing for an extra abundance if I can find it, because I just think, yeah, well, abundance is probably a little bit better. But beacon's nice as well. Monster wise in the side deck, I have one of each crystal beast, a Gravity Crush Dragon. I don't know if it's a Jesse card, but it came in the Jesse pack, so I've got a couple of those, and I've got the Magnus Lash Dragon as well. So they can be useful. You know, you can side out like a Topaz or a Carbuncle and your Dragon Queen, and you've got 224 beaters that aren't too hard to summon in the set because you can promise and then tribute for them, and yeah, they can get rid of monsters and spell cards, and yeah, you can see the reason behind that. It's just a nice bonus, really. This card isn't in the side deck strictly. This is just for when I tag duel and I take out my Dragon Queen for it, because my friend who tag duels with me, he runs Elemental Heroes, he has Rainbow Neos, he has Neos, or some of the Neos fusions are lights, Carbuncles are light, Rainbow Dragons are light, and well, yeah, there you go, Magnus Lashes as well. And that's an honest, just because it's quite funny actually, because like, well, they can drop a they can try and attack your Carbuncle. You could, if you wanted to go to grave, no worries, or ST zone. If not, if you want to just troll them a little bit, I guess you can drop the honest. Let Carbuncle get some revenge for being so weak, and yeah, just let him have his little revenge for once with an honest boost. But yeah, that's my Crystal Beast deck, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. As per usual, comment, subscribe, like, whatever you want to do there. Thank you to Chrome, my friend Chrome, for our wonderful background on the YouTube channel. Got some I've got a shout out for Midnight Blue Uchaiha. I don't know how to pronounce the last part, so I call him Maddie for short. So yeah, he's my friend. He's a friend of mine in Texas. He plays with Machiners, if I remember right, but I can't remember. He might have changed since I last dueled him or whatever. But yeah, that's our video. Thank you very much, YouTube.